130. We've been bouncing up and down. Hopefully, we'll get some action. Eamon, hopefully you'll get a good trade. You're watching, what are you watching? CC? Take a look at that. Yeah, I see how it's spiked up here. Got some pretty spotty volume though. Doesn't look like your normal trade. We'll see what you get out of it. Trade. Okay. And I'll take the opportunity to welcome those that are just joining us on YouTube. It's the first time doing the closing bell on YouTube. Get to sort of experience what it's like being in the Bear Bulls trading room. We run our chat room all day, every day, trade live with all of our moderators. My name is Peter. I'm here in the afternoon. Be joined in a few minutes by Brian. Will be with me as well, take me through the close, and then we'll stick on for a few minutes and we'll watch those earnings that are happening right after the bell. I know I said I'm looking forward to Micron, MU, which should be happening right at the close. And then we'll take a look for anything else that's happening. It's been quite choppy this afternoon, hasn't it? I only had one small trade on Microsoft that I got stopped out of. I know Mike in our room wasn't seeing his setups, and he sort of called it a day and decided not to take any risky trades. So good for him. Shows some maturity to, if you're not seeing your setups, sometimes, you just sit on your hands. Cash is a position. Nothing wrong with that. Well, Hilty, they can't see our commentary in the room. I'm not sharing that. I suppose I could. Running out of screen real estate. Maybe what I'll do is, as we get closer to the close, I'll explain what you see in the room, or what you're seeing on the screen. Let me know, guys, by the way, since Benzinga, our news feed has been in and out. If I start talking over it, let me know. Whew. LX is really extended there, Eamon. You're picking these all up off of our new high scanner, aren't you? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Andre, that you got stopped out of CCL. Yeah, it really, it broke 17, didn't want to go any higher. CCL was not putting in, decided it really just was not going to get much higher than that. I'm not surprised to see it consolidating just below 1660. That's where, as I mentioned, it was the high of the day yesterday and a significant area. So I think we'll see also the high of pre-market. So we'll see what happens. It's really not the day we had yesterday, right? With some record movement. But that often happens. You normally get sort of an inside day, if you will, after, huge moves. Still, it's not a bad move. I mean, let's face it, we are up almost 5% on the day. That's pretty darn good. Yeah. We're up a little more than we were yesterday, in fact. Boy, both the SPY and Microsoft that I'm watching here are in this slow upward channel. As I said, you can see these higher lows being put in. Draw on the screen here. You can see these Sort of this upward channel that it's putting in here. It's moving very slowly in that direction. Delta Airlines Mao. It's in a mess of moving averages. I wouldn't be surprised to see Delta sort of just chop, that's DAL, chop sideways for the rest of the day. Cindy, you're calling out Facebook. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I don't like Facebook on the 5-minute. It's got a ton of moving averages around it. I hear China. That must be Brian.
Hi.
Hey, Brian.
Hello, everybody.
Bernie Sanders tweeting a little while ago says, unless Republican senators drop their objections to the coronavirus legislation, I'm prepared to put a hold on this bill until stronger conditions are imposed on the $500 billion corporate welfare fund.
Benzinga guy. Are you listening to Benzinga?
Yeah.
Brian?
No.
No. Okay. We'll have to make a choice as to whether we leave it on or not. Otherwise, we'll be talking over top of it, confuse everybody in YouTube.
Is he talking a lot?
Not really, but this is the time of day when he gets going.
Okay. Well, SPY had a nice run from about noon to 1:30, 2 o'clock, 1:30, and now it's just chopping sideways, eh? A lot of the stocks I'm looking at are kind of chopping here.
Well, we were saying that. Instead of I had one little trade on Microsoft a little while ago. Mike was in, and he wasn't seeing any of his setups and decided to not
shares
trade
of Tilray TLRY popping to the high 574 TLRY.
So,
and BRV and Briva under dollar stock getting a pop here on volume. November Bravo Romeo Victor.
All right. I would love to get another trade. I know that in the room, Norm, one of our moderators, is in Boeing. He's got a pretty good entry. I think he's just above 168. He's been waiting for this thing to break down, but it's really just been chopping sideways for a while.
Yeah, I was looking at shorting it, or at least I was looking at selling a call spread for tomorrow, but I'm a little bit nervous about doing that, and I decided not to.
Right.
But option premiums are pretty elevated. I was looking at selling a 180 call.
Oh, Norm got out of Boeing. Okay. Decided that wasn't working for him. And did you take that call?
Okay.
Brian?
No, I did not.
No, you didn't.
I did not sell the call. No, I just decided, you know what? Had a good day. I mean, it could. I just don't want to. I don't want to just be pushing, just trading something. I mean, I think it's a pretty safe. I think it's pretty safe. Oh my goodness.
What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm just looking at this one stock, TVTY.
TVTY.
It just took a beating. If you look at the daily, I had some early and then it sank, and then this was more of a swing trade. I got into it around around 11, just cratered, and I wasn't watching it. I should have sold it. So I bought more at when it was down around 3, and I sold it yesterday, and I actually made a few dollars. But if I'd have held on to it, it actually would have worked out pretty good. But you never know. was happy to get out flat. That was a screw up.
Oh, I see. Stopped watching it.
On my part. Yeah, well, I just was in an account. I bought it in an account that I don't check as often.
Right.
My U.S. tax-free savings account, and I just looked at it one day and I thought, why is it going down so much? And then I realized, oh yeah, I did that trade, and that was dumb. See, even after all these years, still make stupid mistakes.
Hey, none of us are immune to that type of thing. It happens.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'll be back in a sec. I guess we're going to go live on YouTube, and
We're live.
Oh,
You've
are
been
we
live.
Oh, we are live.
You're there.
Okay.
Say hi to everybody on YouTube.
Okay. Well, hello everyone on YouTube. So just a big confession about my silly trade here.
That's all right. It's part of
yeah,
what we do. They don't all work, right?
They don't. Well, in this case, it actually did work out, but
not the way you'd intended.
Not the way I'd intended, but yeah, I did manage to salvage that trade.
Yeah.
So I see one observation I'm going to make here, same that yesterday. SPY is up, and so is volatility.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that. Actually, I haven't even checked. I haven't checked volatility all day today. Huh. Well, it's up right now.
Well, it's up a lot. It's up a fair amount. I'm looking at VXX and TVIX, which are both ETFs, ETNs for volatility, and that just tells you that.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So it closed yesterday around 47, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Because I can see it spiked down here to about 47.75, the high of pre-market, and now it's rebounded. But
yeah,
that is interesting. How volatile.
Yeah, that's right. It was. It's been trading higher all day. It literally VXX
coming up
literally
just after
bounced
4 p.m.
right
earnings
off
from Micron
previous
Technology,
day high,
Michael Uniform,
which I've got marked here. What is it doing here? 5 minute. Coming back up. I think people are, as this rally continues.
Micron expecting.
Don't say BA is tanking.
37 cents for Micron.
Call
in earnings.
Spread.
$4.68 billion for MU. That's coming up right after the close at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
Oh my goodness. Apple's, the market seems to be dropping here quite significantly. Apple's down a bit. Everything I'm watching actually is down quite a bit, including Boeing.
Yeah. So there you go.
Well, I thought SPY was going to break this little channel it was in to the upside, but it didn't. It broke it to the downside. If we put a
this could be could just be some profit taking here.
Dropping here report that they are considering delaying.
We're 15 minutes from the close now. People could just be booking some profits after
AAPL
had a nice run. I think the people that were in the trends were looking at the SPY consolidating here and kind of, I think, giving up on the idea we were going to get another push higher. So I think that's kind of what's going on here right now. So we may end up holding this pullback 152 on the SPY.
Yeah, we might. Well, we'll see. I mean, 252.
252, yes, sorry.
I think we'll hold 152. I think we're good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good on that one. It's all good. May bounce here, yeah.
Wow. Wow, okay. A little bit of an unexpected drop here. Guys, I am not going to be chasing this. I mean, it's a great drop, but I don't know. I missed it. I said I'm not going to chase things, nor am I going to expect necessarily a rebound. I don't know what the market's going to do right here. No point taking a lot of risk. I'm on a green day. You want to keep it that way?
Top Republican House McCarthy
Yes.
says he wants to make sure House
No
reviews the
question.
Senate coronavirus bill, but not slow it down.
SPY heading lower. Just watching the VIX here, VXX, just to see what we're going to do. It looks kind of stuck here. 49.60.
Well, things are pushing a little lower.
VIX really isn't moving at all. It's kind of strange as we watch the SPY sell. Whoa, AMD is really going into the proverbial.
Yeah, they're all sort of heading that way.
Yeah, Uber just went red.
Just keeping an eye, guys, on everything that was on my watch list from this morning. Microsoft, Tesla, Boeing, Zoom, MGM, AMD.
Yeah, MGM's heading lower.
Yeah, slowly. MGM didn't see the same big pull down that a lot of the rest of the market did.
No.
American Airlines is just below VWAP. If it was earlier in the day, this would look a great place to short. I like how it's sitting below all of the moving averages. It's doing sort of a reverse ABCD. I just don't know that there's enough time for anything to play out. Got 12 minutes left.
McCarthy says he prefers passing Senate coronavirus bill by
finally
voice
VIX
vote,
is going.
not by unanimous
It's going to head to
consent.
the SPY maybe, or to the VWAP, I should say.
Larry Kudlow says problem with language in Senate bill regarding jobless benefits will be worked out. That from Fox News.
Wow, there you go, through 50.
All right. Oh, we're breaking 250. Wow, this is pulling back farther than expected. Microsoft's back to yesterday's close. Just touched it. Still holding above it.
All right. I'm bailing on some TVIX here. Or some VIX, I should say.
Some VIX you were trading?
Nice. Yep. Took it long.
This is
Shares of Apple dropping here to 48. Following that report from Nikkei. Futures also dropping here.
wow.
S&P futures 2478.50.
Wow.
Reports of possible delays now in the signing of the
big drop here. Yeah, some profit taking.
bill.
Sorry, I'm talking over the Benzinga guy. This is a much bigger drop than I expected.
Yeah, this is definitely interesting.
McCarthy says he would like House
this
members
is a
to have
nice
at
way
least
to end the
24
day.
hours after Senate vote before acting on the coronavirus bill.
Wow. Hey, good. I see in the room that Stefan, you took AAL, short from VWAP. Looks like that worked out really well. It said I wasn't sure there was enough time, but I wasn't expecting such a strong pullback on the SPY. But it's down 50 cents now. That would have been a great move. You're now sitting at
All right.
previous support, bounce level.
Kudlow says Senate stimulus bill offers temporary relief. We believe we're
So
talking
more VIX
weeks
at 51
and months,
50.80
not
actually.
years.
VXX, right, is what you're trading.
Yeah, I'm trading VXX.
Right.
It's another way to short the market, but yeah, AMD's anything would have worked. BA is oh damn, might be a
Kudlow says he believes the House will approve the bill after the Senate
calls
does.
would have been a nice trade.
Wow, it keeps going.
Look at VIXs. Yeah,
What is going on? Yeah. Hey, anybody that's catching any of these short trades, it's amazing. Oh, what's going on here?
well, I'm out of the. I think I'm out of the VIX trade.
Yeah, you had a great move on it. I mean, who knows with how
Yeah, I
far
did
this
have
dropped.
a really nice move. It just didn't, when the market's starting to sell off, I almost bailed on it. I came really close to bailing on it because it just wasn't moving as the market was rolling. But just started to pick up steam.
So, Vidat, you're asking a good question. Who's doing this? Who's selling it? I mean, bottom line is, especially nowadays when these things happen, I can't tell you what the catalyst is. I don't know what the specific reason, but these things do tend to cascade, especially in this, which is a very nervous market, like we've talked about before. Once the weakness is seen, often the automated programs that say sell at certain levels or look for certain patterns will start to unload stock, and that can cause a cascade. In this case, like it's a pretty extreme move. I don't know exactly what's causing it in this moment, but frankly, as day traders, our job is to roll with it. So yeah, it was a good opportunity.
Yeah, you just don't know. There could have been some news that hit the wire. That Benzinga didn't pick up. Sometimes the rumors kind of fly around, and then you get a flurry of activity.
Right.
Look at that! Looks like I caught VIX right at the top there. VXX. Kind of figured we were getting into an area where SPY was going to find some support. So getting a bit of a bounce here. Square should have had a nice day.
Yeah, I started watching Square because it was moving, but I missed really the action on it. You pointed out this morning, Brian. I know you took a trade on it. You could have just held that for a while, like right through to 2:00.
Yeah, no, I took the first 30 minutes of it or so and just kept partialing out, not knowing where it would top out. But I got a really nice move on it. Other people in the room took that trade as well, and so always happy to hear that. Adding swap, good one. I think honestly, the small forces this rally. I think that I think that we're getting close to the point now where I think we're going to run out of steam here. On this, we've had a really nice 2-day rally. I certainly would not be adding any longs to this, to this market right now. If you got long a day or yesterday or this morning.
Yeah. Well, that's sage advice, I would say, because it's.
I still think we have. We've got a lot of, despite all the money that the various governments are throwing at things. I mean, the debt is ballooning in just about every country. There's no question we're going to have an economic downturn.
Yeah.
It's not similar. I mean, there's not a per se. There isn't really, at least not yet. There isn't a credit crisis. Right. Governments are backstopping stuff, but it took quite a
California's
while.
governor says 1 million in the state have filed jobless
really
claims
didn't
this
start
month.
turning till 2009. So this is. I still think we're in. We're in early innings on this. I think a lot of people that are buying this rally thinking that this was the bottom, I think are going to be disappointed. Just my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be a lot of I mean, I feel fortunate. I don't have any significant debt. I'm not worried about making rent at the end of the month here, like a lot of people are.
That's good?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don't need you trading out of a cardboard box. That would be difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then your little tin cup that we hear in the morning that we joke is filled with tequila. Yeah. You'd be rattling that for change.
Yeah, no. I'd be having to go back to the cheap stuff. No more Patron.
Little Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Paper bag.
I don't know. I'm still waking up at 3 a.m, kind of thinking about things.
Wow, look at that pop. So when the market pulled back up, I was watching my stocks like Apple and Microsoft especially pulled back up above yesterday's close, but now it's right back down at the low here. Well, not quite low of day.
Yeah, Uber looks like it's about to give up the ghost here too. Just trying.
Take a peek at Uber.
What have we got here? We've got 1 minute left.
Yeah.
Well, this certainly from a
McCarthy said
market technician perspective, this was not a good way to end the day.
No.
And so we have what do we have tomorrow? We've got a employment report in the morning.
Well, it's a good question. Let's find out here. I'll put it up on the screen so we can see. One sec. I know I have a bookmark here somewhere. Tomorrow.
Moody's places GM Financial Company's ratings on review for downgrade.
20 seconds left, guys.
Following similar action on ratings for its parent. That's GM.
We got a few things.
Michael.
Actually, nothing during the day really. I don't see any.
Okay, so
big
Friday is. Friday was the jobs, I think. But I think it only encompasses from is it March 18th or 17th. I think that's sort of the cutoff for the statistics, and I think things really started to come unhinged on the 18th.
Right.
So I'm thinking that maybe the jobs number on the Friday is if it is being reported on the Friday, which I think it is. may not be as bad as it is right now. Just see here. What do you? I use Estimize. Let's take a look and see what we've got coming up. Thursday, March 26th. We have. Okay, we do have U.S. Initial claims for unemployment. That's the unemployment thing. So that's what I'm talking about. So 8:30 in the morning.
PSNL Personalis reporting.
The initial
First,
claims.
Micron reporting 45 cents. That's an 8-cent beat.
Of course.
Revenue of 4.8 million, also a beat. The estimate 4.68 billion. So that's a beat for Micron Technology by 8 cents
on Thursday.
Again, Micron beating by 8 cents, also beating on revenue.
So they just announced
Micron. Michael Uniform.
Sorry, Brian. They just announced Micron's earnings.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bazinga was talking on top
Shares
of
of Micron.
Looks like they beat their numbers.
42.06 trading lower.
Just
not surprising.
I've got it on the screen here, and you can see they just sort of spiked up on that news from 42 to 43.60 and rising, 43.90, 44.
Now Micron getting a bounce here.
We'll see
Micron,
if this lasts.
$44 up $1.50.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, it's
MU.
They may. The numbers come out and then they'll start talking and
Micron sees Q3 revenue of 4.6 to 5.2 billion.
Guidance, but right now it's looking pretty good, isn't it? It's jumping up after hours.
45.03 now on Micron.
Pretty steady move.
Sees Q3 earnings of 41 cents plus or minus 15 cents.
Yeah,
Shares of Micron hitting 45.29 now. Sees Q3 non-GAAP earnings 55 cents plus or minus.
The average cross is
15 cents. That's MU Micron. 43.70 off the highs. AGIO, Agios. Says Celgene declines to exercise opt-in rate for MAT2A inhibitor AG270.
Let's see here. SPY is pretty
That's
active.
AGIO.
After hours too.
WYND, Whiskey Yankee November Delta, Wyndham Destinations withdrawing its full year 2020 guidance. That's Whiskey Yankee November Delta.
Wyndham is taking out their, well, that's not a surprise, I guess.
PSNL Personalis reporting a loss of 21 cents, better than the 25 cent loss that was expected. Papa Sandy November Lima.
Too.
Really?
Supposedly.
Revenue of 18.2 million, also a beat for Papa Sandy November Lima. XNCR and VIR, Zencor and Vir Biotechnology enter license agreement for use of Extend XMAB antibody technology and investigational antibodies to treat COVID-19.
Industries, if you're. What's this?
Killing the Benzinga guy. He's going on.
Okay.
Restoration Hardware, or RH, reports at 4:20.
No, it's just RH. BlackBerry, GameStop, GME tomorrow after the close. BlackBerry before open. What else we got coming up here tomorrow? And on Friday, it's not much of anything. We just got consumer sentiment. That's probably, depending on when they're going to take that, that may not be very good.
You think? If you can't get to a store, it's hard to...
yeah.
A good sentiment.
Exactly. Well, there was some talk that the only retailers who are going to be left standing after this is going to be Amazon, Walmart, and Costco.
Yeah, well, I was just about to say Costco. My son happens to work at Costco, and they're hiring right now to deal with the the influx. And unfortunately, he can't work because I took him to the States on a vacation. I didn't realize I was going to quarantine him for a couple of weeks. So, he's not making any money.
Well, Yeah, not for the next week or so anyway.
Yeah, well, he's got until next Tuesday, and then we're our 14 days. Our time is up
Okay.
in the emergency shelter bunker.
Yep. Good to know.
You can.
Yeah, I had a friend came back. He came back from Mexico, and he's had to self quarantine now.
Yeah,
Whew.
it's funny. Like if you if you don't mind it, it's fine. But when it's forced upon you, you know how we all grade at things when we're told we have to do something. So it's. I went for a run this morning, and first time I was out of the house actually in 8 days. Hadn't really stepped outside of the house in 8 days, so it was good to be outside.
Yeah, no kidding.
So MU had some big gyrations. You can see it sort of popped up, came back down, back up again. So it's holding some of these gains. We might have it push up, have a gap up into the open tomorrow. We'll certainly be watching it for the pre-market show that we do.
42. Right now, the VWAP's at 43, so it's only $1 above that. I think, I don't know I don't know what the situation is on their conference call right now. I'm not listening to it, obviously, but I think some of the commentary and questions after probably have some impact on this.
Yeah, they usually do.
Of course, if you chased it after the release of earnings and you got in above 45, you're probably not feeling very good about that trade.
Probably not.
Well, and that's the problem with trading these earnings, because the news keeps coming out as they talk.
Yeah.
After the release of initial numbers, and now it's down under 44. So you just don't know where it's going to go. See, and they're probably talking about guidance now because the stock is dropping.
Nice.
There was a question here. Back here. SPY's getting close to a 250-day moving average cross. Well, again, like I said, without even looking at at that sort of a technical indicator, which is referred to, I believe, as a golden cross. As I say, and I'm just looking through some of the indexes right now. The transports came up today and just tagged the 20-day moving average, literally tagged it and then reversed. So indecision candle on that doji that we made today, but it really pulled off the highs here. Let's just go through some of the same with the Dow. Really pulled back from the 22,000, came up, tagged that, and did about an 800-point pullback. A lot of that happened, I guess, probably close to the end of the day.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the SPY. The Qs, again, they're pretty much same for all the indexes. They all pulled back significantly. The Qs actually ended up down on the day from yesterday. So let's. Yeah, and the 50 is just about to cross the 20 on the SPY. And again, same sort of story. We had this ugly indecision candle here after a nice run up. So,
what time frame are you looking at?
I'm just looking at the daily right now.
Oh, right. Oh, yes, I see.
So if we look at it on a monthly basis, kind of take a really high level view here. 2200 is really where we bottomed out on the monthly on the SPY. Well, call it 2200.
The SPX here, yeah. I see that.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we go back down and tag that level again.
Well, it's funny, Brian, because I was
And
saying a few days ago that I would start to get really nervous when we hit 2100, because when I looked back, to me that's the area at which we sort of consolidated a couple of years ago, 2015-16. So if we started to break to that level, that's when we're losing all of the gains of the latest part of this bull run. I mean, you have to remember this is a 10-year long bull run we were in. But, sort of interesting. People were challenging me in the room saying, you don't think it's serious now? And I'm like, well, I mean, it's obviously a serious pullback. Like, we've lost 2 years worth of gains here. But, it's not desperate until we start to really push below 2100, in my mind. Just my opinion.
Right. Yeah, I would say closer to 2200. If we lose this area where we tested couple like last week, I think we could easily go down to 2000 or somewhere between 1900 1800 on the SPY.
Well, I hope you're wrong, but I mean, you're right. If I look at the technicals, it's not looking strong, really.
No. So judging, I just, and again, I'm basing kind of my opinions on prior bear market pullbacks that we've had. When you look at 2007, 8, 9, 2003 with the SARS thing, the first flush isn't always the last flush. So I'm trying not to.
Yeah, there's so many comments I can make to that. We'll just let that one go.
I know. Exactly.
We'll just let it go.
We'll let that one go. Yeah. No toilet jokes.
I'm looking at a 60-minute or an hourly chart for the SPX, and it does look. This is a bounce point, 2550, that it sort of bounced off today and pulled down here. You can see it consolidated a couple of weeks ago, a week and a half ago, on the 12th, 13th, in that area. So I would. I don't want to see the markets down, but if I look at the price action, I would say tomorrow I wouldn't be surprised to see us closer to 2350-ish, 2370. And I don't know. I mean, who knows? Like, every day this market is gapping up or down, right? So just it's tough to predict which. But this pull down into the close is not a good sign.
No. So Micron's coming back up here.
Oh, let's go back to MU and see what it's up to. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's climbing up. I mean, have to keep in mind, aftermarket volume, very low, so it's not significantly meaningful.
Yeah.
This thing could climb up to 47 by the end of the night, for example, and then, be pushing down from 8 o'clock into the open. So who knows? I don't usually put a lot of faith in the post-market earnings movement.
Well, all right. So that's it for Wednesday.
Indeed.
March 25th. In the books.
Another one in the books. As I say all the time, guys, here in the Bear Bull trading room, we have we start at 7:30 in the morning with our charts and scanners, and then we go live for the pre-market show, which is also on YouTube, at 8:30. Normally that's Carlos and Norm, but I'm taking over for Carlos this week, so it'll be Peter, myself, and Norm. And then we go live trading from 9:30 all day. And for those of you who are hanging out on YouTube with us, we'll be back live 3:30 again tomorrow. So we'll talk to you then. Everybody in the trading room that stuck around, thank you very much. Swap, Matt, Bobby, Ryan, all these guys, Jay Hood, you guys are still hanging around, so thanks a lot. We'll see you.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
Wow. Look at MU go here.
Look at there, right? 46. I told you. 47 next stop.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll see what happens. But have a great night, everybody. We will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks, Brian. Thanks for joining.
All right, guys. Ciao.
Take care.
Bye now.
Bye.